This episode never aired. The show was canceled after episode 13, so a lot of people had to wait for the home video release to see it. It's too bad. It's a good one to end on.
Oh! Oh! Alan! Pete! Alan! But look!
What's the matter?
A flying reptile!
A what?
A flying reptile!
It's not hard to see how he came to that conclusion, considering how far away it is. Wouldn't it be great if it swooped down and grabbed him up?
Oh, I think it sees us.
I don't believe it.
Well, what do you know?
Are you frightened?
What? Seeing a man fly?
A man... Oh... Humans can't fly.
That one can. Sort of.
That wasn't flying. That was falling with style.
They aren't the only ones who saw it. A pair of gorillas on patrol are on their way to find the crash site. And the human.
Pete, Galen, I found it. Over here. There's... Help me there. You hurt?
Oh, no. Yeah, better. You see that gust of wind on that side. I should put my weight on that side.
Well, it's not that simple. Your design's wrong.
Oh, sure. I can correct. You see, if I... No, never mind. You wouldn't understand.
He might be surprised. Patrons know Frank a letter from the short-lived sitcom It's About Time. But there's no time, haha, to think about that right now. The gorillas are coming. Fortunately, our new friend Lurik has a safe place nearby.
Yeah, well, it's very impressive.
He's made his own wind tunnel, but his design has some major flaws. They're trying to explain it to him, but he just knows it'll fly. Without breaking his neck when he comes down the way he just did.
What you've invented is a kind of a glider, which is a remarkable achievement. But it's a dead end. Where do you go with it?
Up into the sky.
For what? Now put that same thought and energy into something that can be useful for you.
Yeah, invent a new kind of plow or something.
I will fly.
Yes, but will you land?
Is this something to do with flying?
Oh, no. I found it on the beach. A strange rock appeared after lightning struck.
Oh, the sand must have melted. A hunk of glass formed. I'll polish it, Galen, and show you what you can do with it. If you don't mind, Lord.
The apes have never seen glass. I guess every window in every ancient city they've found was completely blown to dust. Scientists probably have a name for that, but I don't know what it is.
Is there any objection to having this human found, killed, and any other such toys destroyed?
No objection.
Zaius, if I might have permission to speak.
That's Carcia. She's a scientist who wants to study the glider and pick the human's brain. Suppose apes could make use of this invention. We should examine it further, especially since some of the ancient books give hints that once upon a time we did know how to fly.
Perhaps this human learned from some book he found.
If he has such a book, it is punishable by death.
What isn't? Now tell us something we don't know.
In any case, why bother with something which is just a worthless toy?
I'm sure you're absolutely right, Worko. And yet, I wonder, if flying were worthless, would our ancestors have engaged in it?
Part of the problem with these apes is the word fun isn't in their vocabulary. They do have games, but they're always the betting type. They don't play games just to play them. Everything has to have a purpose. They give her permission to keep the human alive and question him. The boys have helped Lurik move his operation to a safer place, where they're working on a glider that will work.
Alan, Pete, they captured Lurik. I watched from my hiding place. There was nothing I could do. They just took him away.
Why did they just kill him?
Well, the only thing I can think of is, they want to make a spectacle of him.
How?
Public execution.
Galen is mistaken. Not public execution, but private interrogation.
Commander Konag, congratulations on capturing the human. Where is he?
He's in a cell. He can handle roughly, but he can answer your questions.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be much more cooperative thanks to your handling.
What's all this?
Oh, some things for my use with the human, and the others for my personal comfort, since I'll be staying a while.
The council gave you permission to deal with a human for a short while.
And how long is a short while, Konag?
She's got him there, as if that's difficult. And by the way, thanks for giving up your quarters while she's here. She's really rubbing his nose in this.
Now, I shall require a room, and I'm sure you can manage 2 or 3 sturdy tables, and, well, beyond that, you just won't even know that I'm here. Thank you so much, Koenig. My servant will carry your personal effects out, and I'll question the human shortly.
That was his chair. When she's settled, she'll go see the human. A guard says he won't show respect, so he's being punished right now.
Next time, eat what's given you without complaining. Stand up! Stand up!
You're worse than these lower animals. There's nothing worse than strength and authority without intelligence. Get out of here.
I get the feeling she has a problem with gorillas. Being a scientist, she has a good reason.
I'm so sorry.
Apes are not sorry for humans.
I'm different from some apes, and I think you're different from most humans. That's why I'm here. Guard, when this man has rested and had his hurts attended to, please bring him to me. And I needn't warn you against a repetition of the brutality I just witnessed.
Now that she's sufficiently humiliated every gorilla in the place, she's ready to talk to the human. Outside, Pete is talking with Carcia's servant.
You know, if I was an ape that was as important as Carcia, is that her name? I'd never come to this village. Nothing ever happens here.
Something happened.
What?
I don't know. Carcia wouldn't come all this way to talk to a human unless something important was going on.
And since it's Lurik, it most likely has to do with flying.
I'm told that you know the secret of flying. Is this true?
Yes.
Can you prove to me that a human or an ape could fly?
I can prove to you that I can fly.
How?
By flying.
He had to explain that. It reminds me of a conversation I heard in a gift shop one day. A little boy said, "Grandma, can I have some stickers?" Grandma said, "Now what are you going to do with stickers?" The baffled little boy said, "Stick 'em."
All right, I will try again. A flying reptile was actually reported as being seen near here, or so I was told.
I don't know anything about flying reptiles.
Oh, you're not interested. And you're wasting my time. Now, you must have a superior. Where is he?
Konag is inspecting the outposts. He'll be back tonight.
There must be somebody else. There has got to be somebody besides you.
She's busy.
Is she? In a garrison?
Visiting from Central City.
From civilization? Huh. I shall wait.
Carcia is at Lurik's place studying his workshop. Even without his prototype, it's impressive to an ape, since she says they've lost the knowledge to use tools. She says that's probably because they have humans to do the heavy work. I can see a world of possibilities in that fact. The humans could build themselves anything they wanted to throw off their slave masters. Weapons, traps, you name it, they could do it. A whole bunch of them just have to realize that. And the apes fear our astronauts because they're afraid they'll teach them exactly that.
Hello, I'm Carcia.
Hello indeed. I'm Protus. I am on an archaeological expedition, and What are you doing in this forsaken place?
I'm on an expedition of another sort. How may I help you?
You already have. By reviving my confidence in the fact that I am not the only ape on this planet with interests other than sleeping and eating.
I myself have not found the company very stimulating.
Ooh, sparks. I'm pretty sure Galen knows how to take advantage of that, and it'll be a pleasant task to do so.
So I have been trying to track down this rumor about this flying reptile.
Well, I'm glad you did, but it wasn't a reptile.
Oh, I know. The guard told me. And a flying human. I mean, that's much more of a curiosity.
We know what's really on Galen's mind.
Oh, I would love to see such a thing.
Well, stay. I'd be delighted to have you present at the demonstration.
You are kind.
No. Well, I'm not quite sure that's the right word for me.
Charming.
Thank you. Well, I'm not asking for compliments, although I do like to hear them.
Someone else is also a charmer. He's apparently rather good looking, too. I couldn't tell you about either of them since I've never read any books about beauty tips for chimpanzees.
You don't think that you're kind?
Oh, I'm just really not sure. I think I have other qualities. They're more important.
Such as?
Well, I think I'd be more interesting if you found out for yourself.
Well, I intend to try.
All right, you two, remember this is a primetime family show. Wait, the episode never went on the air and home video is... You know what? Never mind, carry on. I'll go find something far away from here to do and try not to think about it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Boiled tree sap and corn flour.
That's the best we could do. It's called glue.
Galen, hold that a second, will you?
I can't.
Why not?
My fingers are stuck together.
Since he tasted it, I'm surprised his mouth isn't too. The glider is finished and they've brought it to the edge of the cliff. Now they just need a volunteer to test it.
It is out of the question. I refuse. I absolutely put my foot down.
Okay, now use your foot to kick off, right? Now brace yourself like I showed you. You ready?
No way.
Good. Let's go.
It'll take a while, but guess what, Mikey? He likes it. He soars for a long time and brings the glider in for a nice soft landing on the beach.
Well, Protus, what do you think?
Oh, it is marvelous. It's absolutely marvelous. It is hard to believe that one can actually fly. Oh, how thrilling that would be.
I'll be the first to know when I fly tomorrow.
Tomorrow? But that's 2 days earlier than Garcia said.
Ah, yes. Lurik's been working enormously hard. He's ready before we expected.
Oh, nice.
Come, Protus. I've had a new book sent from Central City. I'm sure you'll be interested.
That puts a crimp in their plans. Protus wants to take one more look at the machine.
Protus?
Never you mind about that. Your glider will not fly.
It will.
It won't. But we have built a glider that will fly. Now, it is being disassembled, and it's being smuggled to you.
This will fly, and I will fly it.
You will break every bone in your stupid head. Now, you must stall for 2 days. See, we can't get it delivered and reassembled in less time.
He already fell with style once, and the only reason he walked away from it was a tree. Suppose next time it's a cliff.
You know, we're going about this whole thing the wrong way. I mean, the first order of business shouldn't be to deliver a glider that will fly. The first thing we gotta do is to stop a glider that won't fly.
Remember that chunk of glass that Pete has been working on?
Are you ready, Lurik?
All ready to move it to the cliff.
I am afraid that Yurik is somewhat single-minded of purpose. It's a characteristic of humans. I was trying to tell him yesterday that there are other areas of interest in science.
Eh? What is that?
This, which is a natural substance, is an unnatural device. Look, I call it an expander. Look.
Humans used to call it a magnifying glass. They're both fascinated, and I think Garcia may be a little afraid of it. On to the matter at hand, Lurik's flying device.
It's right at the end of that table, over there. Right there. See? Yes, you see? Here, well, now, look at this closely. See here? Huh? A well-made joint, you'd say, huh?
He's explaining further uses for his expander. This won't take long.
I take a certain conceited pleasure in the way your mind works, Protus.
Conceited?
It is uniquely, penetratingly the mind of a chimpanzee. Ah, don't be modest. After all, are gorillas or orangutans capable of subtle ideas?
Now you know. I'd never thought of the gorilla as being subtle.
Interesting way to put it, Carcia. Bit of a racist, are we? And I think she forgets that subtlety is a two-edged sword. It has many uses.
No, they hold high authority because of brute force, since they lack intelligence.
Oh.
Help! The glider is a total loss. Carcia does some poking around and discovers that Protus's expander did it. Somehow it made the sun's beams get super hot.
Now that is amazing. Oh, Carcia, I cannot take credit for this. No. You will be known as the ape who made fire with an expander.
It's almost too easy. Stick a feather in her cap and all is forgiven.
Thank you.
My flight.
Oh, no. Merely delayed. You'll have all the materials you need and you may start again.
Protus feels responsible for this, so he has a solution.
I have these two servants. They're rascals, both of them, but they are very, very clever with their hands. Now, I will send for them, and they will bring all the materials they can provide to put this thing back together again.
That solves several problems. They don't have to smuggle the parts into town. They can bring it all right out in the open since they're obeying their master under orders from a big shot from Central City. As they assemble it, I hope the boys are explaining the differences to Lurik. If they do, we don't get to hear it, because frankly, just looking at them, I don't see a nickel's worth of difference.
Galen burnt the wings, didn't he? Deliberately?
Lorik, what do you want? An engraved apology? We only ruined your stupid glider because you would have broken your stupid neck.
It would have flown.
This one will fly, and you'll be flying it. All you have to do is assemble the pieces.
I don't believe it.
Do you hear this guy? I mean, Alan, what are we doing here?
Spinning our wheels. We should have left you up that tree. You know, Lorik, we could have let the troopers pick you up when you crashed.
You were very clever. You wanted to find out what I knew about flight first.
Why? What's in it for them? Answer, nothing. And there are no real returns for helping him either.
Right. We risked our necks just so we could take lessons from Wobbling Willie and his wonderful wiggling wings. Let's go.
Oh, now wait a minute. Wait.
Works every time. Call their bluff and they fold.
You're really trying to help me? You really want me to fly?
That's right.
All right. I believe you. I don't know why you're helping me. I don't know why Carcia is, but I don't care. As long as I get up there just once, I don't care what happens after that.
It took him long enough to figure out that they're on his side. Galen is learning more about Carcia from that book she mentioned.
Well, that is very, very flattering.
Oh, no. Not flattery, it's the truth, every word.
Well, of course, I am delighted to believe that chimpanzees are superior to other apes.
She's not a racist. She's a chimp supremacist. She hates the fact that orangutans and gorillas dominate the council and chimps are excluded. As far as she's concerned, the stupidest apes on the planet are in charge, when the intelligent species, the chimpanzees, should be running things.
What do you want?
I advised Urko of the delay in the flight test.
I expected you would. This is Konag, the garrison commander, Protus.
Urko believes the human won't fly.
I know Urko's views.
He's authorized me to execute the human if the test is delayed beyond tomorrow.
That's also to be expected. Kill, kill, kill is all Urko knows. You get the feeling he and Konag both have just enough brain cells to raise a rifle and pull the trigger. I'm guessing somebody else has to do the complicated tasks, like reloading.
And you might want to arrange to have your things taken out by then.
We'll see who finishes moving out. Pete and Alan are here.
Sir, the guard told us to report to you when we were through, sir.
A precaution.
Oh, of course. Well, are you through?
Yes, sir.
Is everything prepared for the flight?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
They need to talk to Protus alone, and quick.
What's the matter?
What do you think's in that box in your girlfriend's room?
What box?
The green one. The one that says Fragmentation Cosmoline Pact.
Oh, yes, I wondered about that, but I didn't want to pry.
Yeah. Fragmentation bombs. Lovely little mama bombs with lots of little baby bombs inside, so when they blow, they really blow all over the place. They were customarily dropped from airplanes.
Cosmoline. For starters, Cosmoline isn't an explosive. It's a corrosion inhibitor. You use it to preserve metal things. In the Pacific during World War II, American soldiers used it to keep their weapons from rusting. They even made a song about it. Cosmoline keeps my rifle clean. Somebody must have patented an explosive under the same name between then and now. Since the U.S. military never met an explosive it didn't love, it figures that this was the result.
Now, the question arises, what is that cute little chimp that you've been romancing in there doing with a case of instant death?
Maybe he should go find out. He left under the pretext of reaming them for something.
Well, now they'll mind their manners. Now tell me. Thank you. What were we talking about?
We were saying the chimps, who are the most intelligent and the best equipped, are not in control of the government and the council.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's what we... Oh, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you, what is this?
The answer to some of the questions I've been asking.
Questions such as, why would she go out of her way to save a human who means nothing to her?
But if he can teach us to fly...
I don't understand.
The council chambers are guarded when the council is in session. No one can approach. The same is true of Urko's headquarters. Now, Protus, think. If Urko, his troops, and the council were eliminated, who would control the world?
That's right. If the flying device works, she intends to bomb the council and Urko's guerrilla army out of existence so the chimpanzees can take over. And of course, once he teaches the chimps to fly, there's no more need for lyric.
What are you doing here? We're getting you out.
What?
Oh, no! What? Garcia is using you. I don't care! What? Get away from me! Able to kill her everything if she gets her hands on the glider. She's poisoned.
There's no time. The guards are coming.
Pete, take care of the guard. I'll bring him. Get away!
Tell him why, duh. They managed to fight their way out of the building, but they're caught shortly afterward. Maybe next time try a bit of chimpanzee subtlety, guys.
You chose a human in preference to me?
In preference to what you're planning.
Take him away!
You know what they say, hell hath no fury like a chimp scorned.
The test is canceled.
The flight will proceed as scheduled.
I've arranged for the execution of Lurik and that renegade ape first thing in the morning.
I shall look forward to witnessing Protus's execution after the test flight.
Wow. Lurik will be shot too. There'll be no test.
She says, fine, one of your troopers can take his place. Konag refuses to risk one of his gorillas, but he knows she has the authority to make him do it anyway. He still doesn't like it, and she doesn't care.
You can just float and sputter.
It's all my fault.
Of course it is. Some humans are much more human than other humans, but you, you are the most human.
I'm sorry.
Look, a lot of good that does. How's that feel?
Well, it's numb. You know, even if I get out of here, I won't be able to fly. It's almost impossible.
When Alan was trying to slice up the glider, he accidentally caught Lurik's hand. Since they're just human servants, he and Pete weren't arrested.
We are facing a firing squad, and all you can do is...
They use a slingshot, where they find something resembling rubber bands, and shoot a note through the window. As Galen is reading it, a guard comes in and Galen eats the note. We won't find out what's in it, and it'll never come up again. So don't ask me. All I can give you is...
I don't care what happens to the human, but I want that flying device returned safely, if in fact it can fly.
If you're worried about them flying off of it. Move out!
It's flight day. Since Lurik is injured, they'll have the other condemned prisoner, currently known as Protus, do the operating with Lurik on his back giving directions. Konag has placed a ring of gorillas around the area, and if the glider flies outside that ring, it gets shot down. Protus's two servants are apparently somewhere else.
More fun than a no-hitter I pitched in high school.
That takes care of part of Konag's ring, but that wasn't the goal. They were protecting their own little heinies because they need to go down to a secluded spot on the beach.
I made it happen! What nobody ever did before! You also made me kill the way no one's ever been killed before! Yep, here we go!
Where are they going?
Flying out to sea.
The apes don't know what boats are, so he doesn't have anybody stationed out there. Not that it matters.
They're dead. And so is the secret of flight.
Carcia will have to go find a new project. She never trusted another male and died a bitter, lonely old hag. Konag got his quarters back and decided the whole thing was just another incomprehensible event. We know how much Galen loves the water. They'll have to go out to sea a little ways to escape, but with 3 of them providing propulsion, it shouldn't be a problem. They do have one problem, or more precisely, one of them has a problem.
Oh, please! Somebody shoot me! Oh.
What's wrong with him? Ancient human disease. Seasickness.
Better known as motion sickness. When I was a kid, I got carsick on long trips. Is Galen going to feed the fish? We don't know. That's the end. I enjoyed this series. A lot of people talk about how bad it was, and I don't know why. It has good stories. The ape prosthetics are as convincing as 70s technology could make them. The acting is superb, and Roddy McDowall is always fun to watch. I did notice, and it seems a little weird, that they don't have any kind of identification. If you were an ape, you could walk up to another ape and tell them your name is Barney D. Dinosaur, and they'd accept it without question. More than once, Galen posed as someone else and nobody blinked. Garcia never did learn Protus's real name. As far as she knows, there's one less archaeologist in Central City. It was a big flaw that often bothered me, but it's not enough to denounce the show over. I've talked before about what killed the show, the time slot. Putting it opposite Chico and the Man and Sanford and Son was a bit like putting something opposite Dallas a few years later. For that hour, the other networks might as well put up a test pattern because nobody's watching them. The series was set up for failure in that regard, and it's too bad. It had real possibilities. But ultimately, it became just another TV fail. Thanks for going on this ride with me. I hope you had fun. I certainly did. I'll be back in a few weeks with a new TV fail that I'm going to dislike having to call a fail. Until then, sim salabim. It's not hard to see how the